see how. Yeah, we're there. Yeah, we're streaming, I think. Yeah. Welcome, guys. Here, Juan Carlos and Jean. We're going to be talking today about
world problems and how our passion can solve them.
love it, love it, love it. So it's, in other words, is how to make a bigger impact.
Exactly. Again, there's thousands of world problems. What are the world problems that matter to you? And that's what we're going to talk about. What matters to you and how you can have the impact, and what are steps you can do to go ahead and start that process.
Yeah, it's interesting. So why do you think, Sean, for people watching this video, what do you think they want to do that?
I mean, what's the purpose of being here? We all have this talent and we know there's something bigger out there, hopefully. And how do we impact it? And again, people always say, well, how can one person make a difference? Well, you add a couple of people together and it's not one person and they can make a huge impact. Not everyone, it's interesting. I was at the grocery store the other day, or actually got lunch today. The woman's like, do you want to buy this cookie to donate to this group? I'm like, no, I'm not interested. She's like, what? Like, I did something wrong. I have other interests I'm working on. We can't help everyone, but what we can do is focus on the things that we're passionate about to help other people in a specific area. And it's okay not to help everyone. That's what people don't realize. It's okay not to help everyone, but without having a passion, it's difficult to help those problems that you're interested in.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of successful people, you know, people who achieve success already, people who already made it, you know, they got the money, but they don't have this fulfillment, this drive, this like, okay, same of the same. And they want something different. They want to go not only to the next level in growth, but to make sure they count, to make sure they can want to feel that they matter, that they did something for other people.
And they're sick of just cutting a check, because people are like, oh, you want more money from me? No, we're not asking for more money from people to put towards something. We're asking them to participate with their money, to enjoy the experience, which is different than just, oh, here's a money for this, or here's money for that. All you want me is for my money. No, I want you to experience something with your money that has a bigger impact.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, experiences.
Yeah, definitely. So from your perspective, what do you think are the key principles to make that happen?
I mean, you got to write down at least 20 things that you think the world is really struggling with, and they can be anything. And the one I picked was veteran suicide. And I'm like, why do veterans commit suicide if they put themselves out there? And I'm like, okay, how can I participate? And there was an event that I could go to, and I'm like, okay, if this event cost me this much to go to, in the hotels and this and that, I'll just write them a check. But I'm like, no. I want the experience of, I couldn't tell you the impact unless I was involved, right? So that means I'm setting up this tent and we're just selling t-shirts and certain items for raising donations. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? But what really happens are people walk up to us and they talk about, hey, I almost committed suicide. And they tell you how they're desperate.
Yeah.
And you get to counsel them in a way to show them there's a better and easier way, and we're a support system for them or a family member. And without us being there, just throwing money at it, you're just throwing money at a problem. We're actually engaged in human being, one-on-one contact, allowing someone to tell their story and giving them guidance on how they can fix it. And I think that's the thing is yeah, we can, like I say, donate all this money, but write down the things that you really are interested in. And what do you do in this world, what you're passionate about? And I guarantee you, we can show you how to connect those together.
Yeah.
That's the key to this.
What else do you think will be?
I think collectively, when you get a large or a group of people who have a lot of influence together, things can be done that we've never seen before. Like, how does a company that you've got Richard Branson and Elon Musk both have space programs to get people in space, and you're like, what? Wait a minute, that guy's doing it, that guy's doing it. Like 10 years ago, no one had thought about privatized space travel. NASA, that's who does it. The government takes care of it. government does take care of things. I don't know if they take care of it good or bad, but they take care of things. So what happens is when you get people who are thinking outside the box involved, they exponentially make things grow quicker and better and different than let them take care of it. Why are we always counting on other people to take care of it? It's time for us to get involved to take care of things. It's our planet. It's our people. We're more alike than different. Quit passing it on to someone else to do it.
Yeah. So how would, let's go back to the main question. So for people watching, how would you solve the world's problem today?
So my problem, like I said, is get involved, find out, like try a couple of different things, get involved with a group of people who are like-minded like you, who have the ability to do things like a mastermind, what we're putting together, and ask questions like, okay, they're involved because of what? Your job and mine is to ask people to see who would be the best fit together. We're not just going to randomly throw a bunch of people together. Like, what's the point of that? We want people who think the same, but think differently, feel the same, but feel a little differently, because we want their personal, little stamp of approval involved in this, and in wanting a bigger turnout, not for just themselves, but for the group, and then how the group impacts that world problem they're working on. And they get to collectively choose what they all believe is the best way in which to do something. And again, once they start doing it, then they can figure out how to do it better.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that they cannot do it. A lot of people think that it's too big. I don't count, or my ideas don't count, or there's other leaders there thinking about this way or trying to do it this way.
Right.
What would you say to them? How can they do something so they can feel a little more significant? They
got to be okay. So they have to trust, one, themselves to do something different. Two, they got to trust the people they're doing it with, that they feel comfortable with. And again, when you're at the top, sometimes you don't trust anyone, like because you feel like they're going to take advantage of you or what's going to happen. The main kicker is it's to get involved with people who know other people. So referrals. I'm not going to bring someone in to a setting that's not going to feel comfortable. They're going to feel uncomfortable because of the not knowing. But once they get into it, like, oh, wow, this is bigger and better than before. Like I said today, before we got started, I got to mentor a high school kid who, it's a day off from school for most of them. So he shows up and he gets to see what I do for a living. And he's like, man, I was blown away of the possibilities of things I can do. He wanted to get into help. He goes, I want to get into kinesiology and this stuff with training. I said, okay, what do you really want to do? He goes, well, I want to help people who have problems or pain to feel better and be able to function better in life. I said, that's what I need you to think about. How many ways do you think you could do that? He goes, I don't know. I said, that's what I want you to explore. The many different ways to do and solve that same thing you want to have happen. Now, here's the way in which I can put you in front of different groups to see how it's done differently. And he was like, you just opened my mind up to all kinds of things that I never thought of. I said, and that's what happens when you get like-minded people who think differently together. You get some crazy cool things happening. This kid's 18 and he's thinking he's going to make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time with a certain degree. And I'm like, what about all these other things? I said, if you could make that salary you told me you would make in a month, would you be interested? He's like, what? He goes, well, how long would that take? I'm like, how long do you want it to take? He's like, what are you trying to say? I said, I know 20-year-olds in 2 years are making that kind of money. There's no way. I said, how many examples do I need to show you? So again, we have to connect people with people that they relate to and show them how it was done. And we're going to show them how to do it even better. So I think it's trust. It's mostly trust.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the people who are watching, what can they do today? Now they heard the purpose, why they need to do that. They're probably listening to us about, yeah, this makes sense and this is how to do it. What would be the first step for them to follow up?
They can do it by themselves, which they would have to research, find groups that are interested in doing all these things, right? And granted, it can be done. We know it can be done. Or they can reach out to you and I and have a conversation about how we're facilitating this, and we take care of it, and they just show up and get involved.
Yeah.
Like, remember, it was so easy when we were in school to make friends. But now when you move somewhere new, you're like, what are the same interests that people have? Maybe I'll join the Jeep club, or I maybe shoot guns, or maybe I'm into this organization in my old town, I'll join that one, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Where do these people hang out? We're going to show you where they hang out. Because it is difficult when you first get involved with something, trying to do all that research yourself. You're just trying to fit in. And I'm like, great, you can fit in with us, or you can take yourself to a whole different level. We don't want people to fit in. We want people to stretch and share their amazing, quote, crazy ideas, because the crazy idea people are the ones who are making and having the most fun.
Yeah.
They make the fun to have the fun.
Yeah. So the people watching right now, I'll never forget, I'll share briefly this story. One day I was coming home and one of my neighbors wanted to talk to me. And I was in a hurry, like successful and clients and money. I didn't have time to talk to my neighbor, young girl. Right. And I didn't talk to her. That was around what? Yeah, I think it was like around noontime or something. The thing is that day was a Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Wednesday. Then I went to church that day. At around 6, I came back at 8. I came back and I couldn't get home because it was do not enter. The whole block.
Really?
There were police, there were fire rescues, there were emergency trucks. I found out, start walking home, a block away, and found out that she committed suicide. And that, Sean, really triggered me to do what I do now, because there's so many people out there that sometimes they just want to talk to you.
Yep.
I have no idea what she wanted to talk, because I didn't give her the chance, kind of thing. I was in a hurry. You see, sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And I've worked with celebrities, or worked with a lot of people who kind of happen the same thing. They live this style very in a rush. They want fast. They want all of this. That really triggered me to actually grow, join masterminds, be surrounded with these kind of people, because sometimes when you share a word of insight or experience or knowledge or just motivation, inspiration, or love, you can save someone's lives. And from that point, many years ago, this happened, I have a lot of my clients, a lot of students coming back and tell you, because you say this to me, or because you told me this, or because I did this, whatever that is, everything changed, kind of thing, So for the people watching this video, there's a lot of things that you can solve for other people. You can solve it for yourself, for your family, for your community, for the world, and it doesn't take too long. Yes, you can join our mastermind, you can join our group that we're going to be putting together, and we can grow faster, and we can go farther, because you can use all the experience that we have. You can use all our resources, our tools, and our secrets, and the whole 9 yards. But you get to choose whether I'm going to take 10 years to learn it all and $1 million probably to learn it all, or we go the easy and fast road, do it with us, So this is a real story, the one that I share with you,
The interesting thing about this is they have to have the why they want to do it. Yeah. We're going to help them figure out the how.
Yeah.
Because the how, first you have to believe it, then we'll figure it out.
Exactly.
The thing is, don't start trying to figure it out before you even believe in it. Like, let it happen, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. When people say, well, I want to make $1 million, how can I make $1 million? You could win a lottery, like something can happen, you get an opportunity. But as long as you know what you're going to do with what you're going to do and why you're doing it, the how shows up so incredibly interesting.
Easy. Yeah.
Get out
Yeah.
of your own damn way. Don't worry about the how. Like, I want this. I want that. How am I going to quit worrying about the how? The how will show up when it's ready to.
Yeah.
Have the reason why you want to do it and why you're passionate about doing it. It'll be there.
Yeah.
And we're creating the why and bringing people together. We're going to help them create the how. But it's let us show you the different ways in which you can have fun and be passionate about doing life. And what is that legacy you want to leave behind? What do you want to be known for? That's the big question. What do you want to be known for? And if you want to explore that more, reach out to us and we're going to help you discover that and discover it. Not only that, but how to do it with other people and have a great time doing it.
Yeah, because I've done it like that. I tried to do everything myself at the very beginning, but it's just so much more fun to do it together. You know, it's just so much more joy. It's that, like, there's a deeper fulfillment. Not only, yes, you're gonna do it faster, you're gonna do it better, you're gonna go farther, but it's just having all this happiness to whenever you want to do this with other like-minded people, you know, in a group. You know, you have fun and you enjoy and you connect and you grow yourself as a person, you know. So if you guys are watching this video, just comment below or send us a private message, you know, and we can send you all the details. Anything else you want to finalize, Sean?
That's awesome. I mean, great conversation topic, great thing to share with people. I'm looking forward to sharing some more in the next couple of days.
Perfect. So thank you guys. And let me see how you finish this up.